a monster week against the Raiders. We've got one of our favorite names in all of football, and one of our favorite guys, to be honest.
Look out!
Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Bye-bye.
Joins the show. Go Pack Go! They're the hottest team in the NFC. We've got another guest here on the show.
Kirk Cousins' revenge game to preview, of course, just one night away right here on NFL Network. The kickoff to Week 8. Ravens and Cowboys on a bye, so we won't talk about them as much. But here we go. It's time for Lead Block.
Lead Block.
Yep. Yesterday, a few teams made some moves ahead of the trade deadline. The Patriots acquired Mohamed Sanu early during our show. He, of course, gets there from the Falcons for a second-round pick. And the Lions traded safety Quadre Diggs to the Seahawks. The Niners acquired, I love this, Emmanuel Sanders from the Broncos. And here's what Sanders had to say as he left the Broncos facility yesterday.
We definitely had a great run out here in Denver. Had a lot of great times, but obviously, all good things come to an end. So I'm looking forward to getting out to San Fran and showcasing my talent and, meeting the guys and hopefully, adding, my explosiveness and, my capabilities to their system and trying to win.
Love this. Quickly, what do you guys make of this trade?
Good.
This is one that I would have written down and as a wish wanted it to happen, and here he is going to a contending team.
If they had won Thursday night against the Chiefs, I don't think Emmanuel Sanders is playing for the 49ers. The Broncos lose. I think they went into a little bit of sell mode and said, okay, let's get something for him. But real quick, what he brings to that locker room as far as experience and leadership is almost as important as what he brings on the field. I know the 49ers guys very well. They're super thrilled about what he brings off the field in addition to what's on the field.
And he's one of those characters, I feel like, that doesn't get enough spotlight because he plays in Denver and they're not looked at in a certain way, but now he's going to an undefeated team in the NFC, and hopefully he gets a little more light. So what team
Great move for him,
yeah.
If I'll just jump on that real quick. I was concerned about Emmanuel Sanders towards Achilles last year, and a lot of times some guys come back, they don't have that speed, that burst. You know all about it, Kyle. I saw him, he looks faster and more explosive now than he did before the injury. So a huge upgrade for them. But did you see how happy he was? Mm-hmm. Like normally when guys get traded, it's like, oh man. Like it takes him a while to get over.
You want to get out of there so bad you can get out of the car.
Yeah, he's going there from, the U-Haul was packed up.
Yeah.
Drive through.
The 49ers, they're headed to the playoffs. Denver, I don't know where they're headed right
October 29th is the trade deadline. What's this timeline like right now?
It's usually fairly quiet, Kay. We'd see a couple trades, and then last year, Golden Tate and Amari Cooper got traded before the trade deadline, and things started to change a bit around the league. There's been more activity over the last 4 or 5 weeks than we've seen in any NFL season, and I don't think we're done. So anything you want to throw against the wall, I think, is fair as long as you look at teams that are contending and trying to get the chip, and other teams that might be going the other way and looking towards the future. This is one of my favorite little windows of the NFL calendar year right now until Tuesday, the trade deadline.
Let's manifest here, people.
All right.
What's a team that's not, or who's a team that's not making moves or hasn't really done anything yet that you wish would go for it before October 29th?
Recurring theme for me throughout this whole show is going to be there's a certain types of moves at the trade deadline I like. The struggling teams make a move to get better. I like the front runners making moves. That's why I like Sanders going to the Nats. That's why I like Sanu going to the Patriots. Millionaires becoming billionaires, which is why, guys, as we're talking about who's going to take out the Patriots, let me give you a couple nuggets. Tom Brady has played 274 games in his career. Oof. One of the worst games he has ever played, statistically, 2019 against the Buffalo Bills. They rocked him. I want to see the Bills make a move.
Okay.
One-loss team, lurking. Guys, I'll give you another one. You know who leads the entire NFL right now in fourth quarter passer rating? Josh Allen. Josh Allen is getting better right in front of our eyes. I need some firepower, though, for Buffalo because, guys, I don't think you're going to beat New England 39-16. I think you're going to have to do it with defense like Buffalo will. But if you're going to do it with John Brown and Cole Beasley, I don't know if that's going to be it. I know the Bills fans badly are thirsting for A.J. Green. I threw out Melvin Gordon. Maybe you want to call the Detroit Lions, who appear to be in Selmo and have a couple of really good receivers. Ooh. The Buffalo Bills can go to and win a playoff game this year, but I think they need some more offensive firepower. I would love a Western New York to make a move.
Brandon Bean.
They can look. Somebody's got to beat the Patriots.
Yeah, somebody's
got to do it.
How about the Indianapolis Colts? I look at what the Patriots just did with that trade. If you're the Indianapolis Colts right now, you're a playoff team. But you've got to be thinking, how do we beat the Patriots? If you're any team in the AFC, how do we beat the Patriots? How do we get to the AFC Championship game? How do we get to the Super Bowl? The Indianapolis Colts have a chance. You mentioned Vic Beasley yesterday on the show. Mm-hmm. Vic Beasley has even said himself that he thinks he's on the trade block. He's in a contract year. Mm-hmm. The Atlanta Falcons have not locked him up. The Indianapolis Colts just put Kimoko Toure on IR. They could use another pass rusher to bookend with Justin Houston. So I think Vic Beasley to the Indianapolis Colts would make perfect sense. They've already played each other. It's an NFC, AFC thing. You're not going to have to face them again. And the Colts, they need somebody to help them get over the hump in the playoffs. How do you take down Tom Brady in the playoffs? Get after the quarterback. Now, just to kind of go another level here, and I don't know if we have this play.
What do you got?
The Atlanta Falcons, all right, with Vic Beasley.
Here we go. What do we
This
got?
is what they've been doing with Vic Beasley.
Okay.
Here's why Atlanta Falcons just send him somewhere else. He's playing linebacker right now. You know what he's doing on this play? He's not rushing the quarterback.
Drop it.
He's covering Todd Gurley.
Weird.
This is great.
All right, this is
That's not why they
unbelievable
drafted
throw.
him.
Yeah.
When I saw this play, I'm like, wow, what a throw. Todd Gurley, he looks great. I can't look at him dust by that linebacker. And then I'm like, wait a minute. That's not a linebacker. That's
This is a
Vic
deep dive.
Beasley.
I like this.
What is Vic Beasley doing? I mean,
know.
look, he's right there stride for stride, but he's not supposed to be covering running backs. He's supposed to be attacking the quarterback. The Atlanta Falcons, we've talked about how disappointing their season has been. I'm disappointed with that right there, that Vic Beasley's not getting after the quarterback. I think the Colts would have him with his hand in the ground. He led the league in sacks a couple years ago,
He
if
did.
I'm not mistaken. Let him rush the passer.
Pure rental, too, because his contract's up. And you're mentioning the Bills, the Colts. I'm going to go with another AFC team because I think that's the theme right here. How do you get the Patriots? How do you beat the Patriots?
We
And
got-
Sean, I remember a team back in 2007 that had a front four that included Justin Tuck and Osia Minora and Michael Strahan and Jay Alford.
Yes.
Dave Tollefson. They got after the quarterback, Tom
Robbins.
Brady. That was the Giants. And you know what team is knocking on the door in the AFC that I think is missing just one more pass rusher? The Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, Baltimore.
I think the Ravens would be really well suited to play the Patriots if they had one more pass rusher, and I would go big. I would call up Jacksonville. I would say, you had a guy holding out this offseason, Yannick Ngakoue, who is a local kid who went to Maryland here. What does it take? Is it a first-round pick? Is it something like that? I would call the Rams. I would say, hey, is Michael Brockers available? Is that what we need? This is Ngakoue on these plays here. Brockers, a beast. I would look at, hey, I would even call the LA Chargers and say, is Melvin Ingram available? You guys are 2-5 right now. We could use
Beasley.
or Vic Beasley, but I don't think Vic Beasley's in the conversation of Melvin Ingram and Yannick Ngakoue. I think Vic Beasley's a cheap rental. You give a 6th-round pick. I'm talking a first-round
be a
pick,
cornerstone.
a second-round pick. Go young and do that. And then I look at the guys that we're all hunting, and that's the Patriots. I don't think they're done. Like, I don't think they still don't have a tight end. And you want to talk about Lacoste and Watson and Izzo? That's not gonna be the guy when we're talking about game planning. Do they have a play up their sleeve? Is Tyler Eifert available?
I hope not.
Is Hunter Henry available? Like, you start looking at teams that are not in playoff contention right now and say, what can we offer you and what can you give us that makes us better tomorrow? Ravens, they're on the bye week. I would love to see Eric DeCosta and those guys make a play. And the Patriots, they're never done. I wonder if they're doing it.
Schrager, I had to check myself thinking about this question yesterday. Who do I want to see make a trade? Because whenever I think about October 29th, the trade deadline, I'm looking at what the Eagles are doing. Their name attached to a lot of potential trades. They obviously have some glaring needs at wide receiver, even obviously at corner. They've got banged up guys on that roster. They've been very quiet. It's kind of unfair, right? That I'm like, oh, Howie's going to pull some magic up his sleeve and like trade for somebody and make it better. But I'm a little surprised that they haven't been more active. I know is it a bad thing that I thought they were going to get Jalen? I was surprised that they didn't get him. Chris Harris Jr. potentially. We're hearing a little bit about that. AJ Green, is he available? Like they got to do something because this is do or die time for them.
Hey, and that's what his resume is. Look, they went and got Jay Ajayi when everyone was like, they don't need a running back, and helped him get a Super Bowl. And last year they went and they did the Golden Tate move, giving up picks.
Howie makes
for a
everything
rental.
okay. That's the MO.
That's
But is
the
that
MO.
fair? Like to put that on him? I
Hey,
don't know.
Not every single year. You're right.
But when you're a 3-4 team in that division, maybe this is the year you need it most.
I feel like Howie did his job, and some guys have gotten hurt, and some guys haven't played that well. It's like he's not the coach. You know, how many checks can I write? How many cigars can I light? But maybe he makes a crazy move.
Do the Bears
Go get him,
make a
Howie.
crazy move at quarterback? We're talking about the Bears after this. Their players are getting a bit restless. In Chicago, is that a big deal or a no big deal situation? And we'll bet that around. Stephon Diggs making a strange comment about facing an old flame.
Stephon Diggs makes a lot of
Great,
strange comments.
great
I like
Lauren
it.
Hill.